studio production begins in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Community Foundation Spotlight, where we get to tell you everything wonderful going on the Lower Eastern Shore, which is where your community foundation serves. Today we have the joy of having Carrie Samis with us from Main Street Princess Anne, and you are just wrapped in everything wonderful that's going on in Princess Anne.
There's so much going on, and I love it.
Now, a lot of times we highlight things here in Wicomico County, but you're in Somerset, and
Yes.
it's a short little drive down to Princess Anne. And
15 minutes from Salisbury, that's it. It's a super short drive.
And there is just so many things now that we're seeing that your leadership and the team that's working with you is, bringing into the community and sort of just, energizing that entire community. So tell me a little bit about some of the great and wonderful things happening in Princess Anne.
So Princess Anne is a great small town situated right in the middle of a beautiful landscape. Agricultural fields and marshes, in 15 minutes you can be in Deal Island, 15 minutes Salisbury, 15 minutes to Pocomoke. So we're kind of right in the middle of a lot of cool stuff. And it's a beautiful historic town. There's so many historic buildings downtown. So the architecture is amazing, nice wide sidewalks, nice wide streets, a variety of little businesses down there, and it's adorable. It's a great place. You can do a walking tour. There are a lot of historic things that you can see. It's a cool place to visit.
And it's also a college town.
And it's a college town. That's exactly right, which is wonderful. So we're really proud of the fact that we have an HBCU right there. We have University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and Main Street Princess Anne partners with them a lot on a lot of different programs and events. And I was just at a UMES event last night right downtown in Princess Anne. So it's a wonderful resource to the community, and it doubles our population just about. So.
And I think it feels like every time I come to Princess Anne, there's a new business opening, a restaurant that's been redone, some new activity that's been coordinated among the community members. So tell me about some of the local businesses, because as we get ready to sort of enter into the busy shopping season,
right.
I know that there's a lot of activity there.
Yeah. So it's a great place for holiday shopping and that sort of thing. While you're in town, you can have lunch at the Washington Inn and Tavern, which is great. That's been open for 2 years now, reopened. It was completely renovated and reopened, and it's lovely. The menu changes all the time. They have lots of local seasonal food. It's delicious. And then you can pop across the street at Junior's Wines, where they have a tremendous selection of wine and craft beers and that sort of thing. We have a couple of antique stores downtown. We have Somerset Hidden Treasures and Somerset Choice Station and Heyman Antiques, which has opened in the last year as well. So 3 different antique stores and a thrift store, a new thrift store called the Junk Box that recently opened. We have a hardware store, and it's the good kind of old-timey mom and pop hardware store. I love going in there. It's so wonderful. There's a dog and, some cats in the window, and it's lovely. Price Cutter is another business downtown that sells a variety of merchandise in that store, and I'm always excited to go in there because there are always lots of different new things, new merchandise. We have a wonderful small town florist, Priceless Flowers. It's lovely. And there are a couple of hair salons downtown, Bobby's Hair Affair, and you can, what I like about that, you can go into Bobby's Hair Affair, and her son is a waterman. So on Wednesdays, if you get your hair cut, you can also pick up a pint of oysters, and sometimes she has sweet potato biscuits too.
So like one-stop shopping.
It's so great. Where else can you get that sort of thing? It's so good. UMES has a presence now right downtown on Somerset Avenue, so they have Hawk's Corner, and they host a lot of events and that sort of thing. And we have some new businesses that are getting ready to open. So there's going to be a little coffee shop cafe in Independence Hall, and we have a bicycle repair shop that's going to be opening soon, Headwind Cycle. So we're excited about that. That's another cool new business to come to town.
And bringing a lot of diversity.
There, there's a good diversity of shops, and experiences that you can have downtown. And right, just probably just a little less than a half a mile from the town center, we have a distillery now too. And they do distillery tours, Spirits of Patriots Distillery. So they do distillery tours. You can buy spirits there as well. So
I feel like I was
cool
just
thing.
there, but yet there's always just so much more happening. Now,
it's good news.
About a year ago, I think it was, or, coming up on that, my son and I were there for Small Business Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great way to sort of just wander around town because you could park and walk, and, it was a beautiful day, and hit the little antique stores and, grab a snack along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about some of the events that you coordinate throughout the year, because I know, when someone's seeing this, it might have been just past that particular one, but you all have built out a really great sort of annual cycle of things to bring people to town.
Yeah, so in the fall and winter months, we have Small Business Saturday, like you mentioned, and we usually have musicians downtown and other activities and shopping, discounts in all the stores, that kind of thing. A lot of our antique stores and some of the other businesses have holiday open houses, which is nice. The first weekend in December every year, we have our Christmas parade and pop-up shops, and the Historical Society hosts a historic house tour. So, and all the homes are decorated for Christmas, and it's lovely. There's a candlelight reception at Teakle Mansion. So that's another great sort of iconic structure in Princess Anne. Teakle Mansion, 10,000 square foot mansion from the early 1800s, which is incredible to see. And the candlelight reception there is beautiful, but it's wonderful to get to go into some of the other historic homes in the region as well during the holiday house tour. So that's always fun. And then I think one of the coolest things, super quirky things, so I love it, is our midnight Muskrat dive. So on New Year's Eve, a lot of towns drop different things, of course, the big ball, that's the traditional thing. But
not in Princess Anne.
But not in Princess Anne. So in Princess Anne, we actually drop a muskrat. It's a taxidermied muskrat. Don't worry, it's not a live muskrat. No muskrats are injured. It's a muskrat wearing a top hat and a cape, and he's dropped right on Somerset Avenue, right downtown by the Washington Inn and Tavern. We have a big street party. We have a band. We have sparkling cider toast at midnight, all kinds of activities, and it's free. So one of the things that we feel really strongly about is being inclusive with all of our events and making sure that they're accessible to everyone who lives in our community and who visits our town. So most of our events downtown are free and open to the public, which is a wonderful thing. We feel really good about that. And during the summer, we've had Summer on Somerset, where we've had musicians come in every week and activities for kids and families. And that brought about 1,000 extra people to town this past year, which is wonderful. So, and the Community Foundation helped to support that the first year we did it. So we're grateful for that support. So yeah, we have a lot of different activities that are going on throughout the year now. And the university hosts activities too. They have First Thursday events and some other things that they have right downtown, and they are also free and open to the public. So it's wonderful. More and more frequently you see live musicians downtown and outdoor activities, juggling,
and it's such a walkable
bubbles,
space.
all sorts of. It's a very walkable space, and it's so pretty. It's really, really pretty.
So you were talking about the Community Foundation partnering with you to help launch the Summers on Somerset, and we really appreciated being part of that. Yeah. But we get the opportunity to work with many nonprofits in the Princess Anne area, but also you all at Main Street Princess Anne on the upcoming Giving Tuesday activities. So tell us a little bit about sort of, what your goals are this year for that National Day of Giving. Yeah,
we were so fortunate to be able to partner with Giving Tuesday for the last 2 years. So this will be our third go around, and we're excited about it. And what the funding that we raised during Giving Tuesday allows us to do is to provide musicians and artists and performers and that sort of thing during our events, so that they are free and accessible to everyone. What we like to do is hire local musicians and artists. So we're also helping to support local artists, which we feel really good about.
So that's a great way on November 27th, Giving Tuesday this year, for people in the community who are seeing this to be able to support your efforts for upcoming events and know exactly, how you're going to put those dollars to use.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that we want to leave a final thought with our viewers today about Princess Anne, especially if they've not been before or they haven't been in a while? What should they know?
Yeah, I think one of the important things to notice is just how close it is to everyone else. So, like I said, 15 minutes away from Salisbury, 15 minutes away from Pocomoke. It's a short drive and straight down Route 13. So when you turn off of Route 13, it's worth it. The turn off of Route 13 is definitely worth it. And we would welcome anyone to visit. Obviously, if you haven't been in a while, please come again, because new businesses are opening up and things are changing. It's a beautiful little town. Free parking, that's a good thing. Our town staff does an amazing job keeping it clean and beautiful downtown. Free parking's always good. And there's just lots of things going on.
And with all those activities, is there a good way either on social media or online for people to see what the latest, greatest activities are in Princess Anne?
Definitely. So we do have a website. You can follow us on Facebook, Main Street Princess Anne. We also have an Instagram, which is at Visit Princess Anne MD. And our website is www.mainstreetprincessanne.org.
Excellent.
All kinds of ways to follow us.
Well, thank you, Carrie. I really appreciate you taking time to share with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've been watching Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Erica Joseph, and I'm encouraging you to visit Main Street Princess Anne to see what's happening and to visit us on Giving Tuesday at shoregivesmore.org on November 27th to support your favorite organizations, including Main Street Princess Anne.